All right, welcome to this year's Hunger Walk celebration. It's our second time having a virtual party. But we did have so much fun the first time, we felt like it was definitely worth repeating. And we have so much to celebrate this year. So I'm really excited that you guys have decided to join us. So I would love to go around and have you introduce yourself, your name and the congregation that you're from. Since everybody's screens are a little bit different, I'm going to call out what your name is on your Inspiritus or on your Zoom. And then if you will, then just introduce yourself. So we'll start in the top right for me is LG Aristo 3. So you'll have to unmute yourself and then tell us so you're still muted. Tell us your name and the congregation that you're from. You're still, hold on just a second. You're still muted. I can tell you're talking, but in the bottom left corner, there should be, there it is. You got it.
Hi. Travis Wellhite, Trinity Lutheran in Lilburn.
Hey, Travis.
Hey, how y'all doing? I've been here for a while, but I get by.
Well, thank you for introducing yourself. And Mr. Wayne, you want to tell us where you're from?
Yes, I'm from River Cliff in Sandy Springs.
River Cliff and Sandy Springs. And Mr. Rich?
Yes, like Wayne, Rich Farquhar from River Cliff Lutheran Church, Sandy Springs.
Awesome. Mr. Don?
Don Larson. I'm with Good Shepherd Lutheran Church in Douglasville, Georgia.
Awesome. Tammy, tell us where you're from, even though you've got it so beautifully displayed behind you.
Yeah, right. I have to work that out. Hi, I'm Tammy McAfee with the Atlanta Community Food Bank. So happy to be here with you guys today. Happy Sunday.
Yay.
Yay. Hey, Ton.
Birdie, if you want to unmute yourself and tell us what congregation you're from.
I'm from Grace Lutheran in Carrollton.
Awesome. And then we also have Amy. Amy, do you want to introduce yourself or do you want me to?
Hey, I can introduce myself. Thank you. Eme Zangando, I'm the Director of Refugee Immigrant Services and Inspiritus.
So our who's going to be benefiting from a lot of the funds. And John Muller. Yeah.
Woo! And I'm John Moeller. I am your host for today for this celebration of Hunger Walk 2021. Tammy, we're so excited to celebrate with you and the team there at the Community Food Bank. All the good work that the Inspiritus team, all the Lutheran churches and partners, how much money we raised, but more importantly, the impact, right? I mean, the impact is what we're celebrating here, is how many folks who are living on the margins, families who are struggling to pay the bills, are gonna, as a result of this, of all the folks on this call and all the teams that participated. How many teams, Lorraine?
We had 27 teams from 22 congregations.
27 teams, what? That's awesome. So anyhow, we love you guys, and it's important that we have a moment to celebrate and to recap all the money, all the fun, tell some stories. But before we do that, we really want Tammy and her team to tell us, just give us a report about the big picture and how Inspiritus fit into the big picture of this year's Hunger Walk. Tammy.
Hey, so Inspiritus took it away, right? It was an amazing year. We're looking at 21%, 22% over what was done last year. There were 5 benefiting partners, 3 of which did rather well, but the increase from Inspiritus was just amazing. Literally, you're looking at just the fundraising alone that Inspiritus did is about 370,000 meals to feed those that need it most, right? So, woo, that is a huge number. Inspiritus also led in team numbers as well. So that was really impressive. I don't think that we can say enough about what all the food bank is going through and just our entire community. at this point with the pandemic, right? There's been increased need, increased demand, and the food bank is working exponentially higher than they ever have before. The need is still great, and to see that we are still providing and our community is coming through during this time is just impressive. It's heartwarming, and it always feels good to do Hunger Walk Run. But doing it in light of all of these challenges this year is just more amazing than we can even fathom, right? And so thank you all for leading the way and doing that. To start, overall, $728,000, right? That is amazing. And I just really want to balance that against what we were able to do the last couple of years. So in 2020, all of the fundraising was done, even though we couldn't come together at Home Depot backyard, but we raised $800,000. In 2019, another $800,000. Guys, we couldn't even get together this year, and we raised $728,000, right? So, and let me be really clear about how you guys have like led the way in this. A lot of where we fell short was not in our team fundraising, right? Sponsorship was really different. Some of the industries that we are typically working with that support Hunger Walk Run were not able to come back. So even any shortfall in not making what we've done in the past is not due to what our team fundraising did. They still were stellar. You were still stellar. So that is great news. $728,000. We had 286 teams. So in general, that can run a little short. And I would love to, if you don't mind, like if I've got 1 second, I want to share a screen that has our impact report for you guys just to be able to get a look at that in one place, right? In Spiritus, $92,000 for $92,004. This is an amazing piece. You know, we thought, well, how do we go virtual? We talked to all kinds of people. We didn't know what we were going to do. We didn't know what it was going to turn out to be. But again, 2.9 million meals provided out of all of this work, and Aspiritus was a huge part of that. We had 4 virtual events. I don't know if you guys got to tag in on any of that, but that's 5,000 plus views, right? Where we not only shared about hunger, what it meant, we were able to garner an immense amount of support for this event. Now, after the fact, I had to rethink about whether or not it was smart to do 4 virtual events for the Hunger Walk Run. We were tired, but it actually worked out really, really well. And we still had 17 sponsors that stood up, came forth, and really supported us in a crazy way. And I think for me, the most interesting part of this report is that we had nearly 3,000 participants. Folks, I talked to ALS, Alzheimer's, I mean, nationwide. I spoke with other organizations and asked them, how are you doing this? What is this virtual world looking for you when it comes down to race and walk events? And they responded and they gave us great feedback. And they were like 1,900, the highest out of tens of organizations that I reached out to said that they were gonna have 1,500. That was the highest. Folks, we had 3,000 participants sign up to help us. That is amazing. And it just speaks to that level of community that we have, right? I all of the shine, I mean, who's got noisemakers? But this is so celebration worthy. And then just lastly, and I will get that off, and share this with you as well. The work that you guys did, the leadership that you displayed, and the grace that you gave us. I have to say that. I know that t-shirts were not easy this year. I'm wearing one though, just to be sure we're clear. So they were great. The grace that you showed us, your partnership, yes, was so appreciated. And we're just so in love with this partnership and so grateful for all of you. Let me know if you have any questions I can answer about the phenomenal amount of work that you guys did.
Tammy, it's mutual. We love you guys. But I'll tell you what, it's the people on this screen who made it happen. They made it happen for Inspiritus. They made it happen for hungry families across the region. They do it because they have hearts of gold. They do it because they love the Lord. And the Lord has blessed the efforts of the teams on this screen and well beyond. So thank you, Tammy, for being with us, for celebrating. We're gonna go a little deeper with our celebration. I hope you'll stay with us. But we want to hear from some of the teams. And you know, you let the cat out of the bag. $92,000 was raised. That's like way more than we've ever raised before. And I mean, who would have guessed? You know, Lorraine said if we'd raised $39,000, she would have been thrilled. Instead, we didn't just double it. It's more than 100% increase over her hopes for this year. So thank you, teams. Thank you, churches. Thank you, Lord. We are so blessed for the partnership that we have together. And I guess maybe what I wanted to hear from you guys, we got several of you on the screen today. Talk to us about how your strategy changed. Tell us about what you did a little differently. And let's start with the man who's been with us for so long. Travis, tell us about how things evolved at Trinity during a time of a pandemic.
Well, it was difficult. It was hard for me to even get real excited about Hunger Walk, seeing we were having to do it virtual again. I was just really concerned. A lot of the things that we do to try to raise money, we weren't able to do. Our Shrove Tuesday pancake supper we usually do. We usually have a wine night and different things that we've done over the years to raise money. We weren't able to do. So I was really concerned that we would even come close to raising the kind of money we had in the years past. I kept telling Pastor Katie, I'm not sure we're going to do very well. And she kept telling me, well, have faith. I think we will. And I kept saying, seeing our numbers go up. And I think a lot of it, people realized what a demand there was for food this year with the pandemic and how a lot of people were struggling. You turned on the TV, you saw lines of people in a lot of states, you know, cars going for miles waiting to get food, and you knew how rough it was on some people. And I think a lot of our congregation just realized that and saw that, and I think that's maybe what boosted our fundraising this year. I mean, I didn't feel like I did a whole lot. I did make a video for our church for about a little 4-minute video, you know, urging people to donate for Hunger Walk since we weren't able to do it live. But I was just amazed at, you know, at the money that was donated. It's awesome, and it's still just it amazes me that we were able to raise what we did.
So
Wayne, share that video.
Yeah.
And what did you put in it? What was in the video, and when did you share it, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, we shared it on our website. People, you know, when they went on the website, because I mean, part of that time we didn't have, you know, services in the church at all. So I did, I shot it at the church, and when we did have some in-person services, they showed it there, and then you could go to our website and pull it up, you know, information about it. And I mean, I guess that was helpful. It's just credit to our congregation, I think, in the generosity of our congregation, just understanding what a terrific need there was this year. And it still just amazes me that, you know, we were able to do what we did. I mean, I think it's the most money we've ever raised. And since I've been coordinating, and I've been coordinating, I think 12 years now, it amazed me when I saw our total.
Rich,
Wayne,
what did you guys do?
Wayne and I can share very similar story with Travis. We did have service, so we had that advantage. However, usually we try to make a personal plea, and we would have, guests come and from Atlanta Food Bank, from our CAC, who benefits from the giving in our local community. And we didn't have that. And so it was just a strategy of constant communication via our email. We did a video too, but and it was shown in service, but Wayne and I we had a couple of glitches where I think it didn't even run in early service and it ran in late. So, I'm just like, I'm pulling what's left of my hair out and telling Wayne, wait, I'm not sure what's going to happen here. And so, like Travis, God is just wonderful and comes through. Our congregation came through. We had a great year of giving, and it's just a testament to everyone's collective goal of helping people in the community, where Jesus is. And so but we were sweating this one out.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's a real testament to Rich, because we kind of know who our base of givers is. We kept track of that over the years, and we knew to expect or not to expect from certain people, and the people we expected that weren't giving, Rich was all over it. So a lot of credit goes to Rich for following up with people.
Ask, invite, right? Ask, and invite. All right. So we've got Don the Man Larson on the call with us. He's our individual #1 VIP champion fundraiser of all the individuals out there raising money with $2,588. Don Larson, tell us the secret.
I robbed the convenience store.
You picked a really small convenience store for only $2,500.
No, seriously, we have a handful of people in our church, and each of who really participate, and each of them have a handful of close friends who participate. And those folks this year seem to reach out to their handfuls of people. So, we collected, and because people wanted to help us all get out of this stupid pandemic, they looked to those who needed the most help. And in our church, we have a small daily bread ministry, which is a big part of what this team is all about. But during this pandemic, the Daily Bread Ministry has a small church called Good Shepherd in it. The church has basically become an expanded food ministry, and we are delivering food throughout the community, primarily to folks who do not have a conventional home. We have several tent villages that we support, and we have several hundred people who live in extended stay places, and so we're involved in feeding these people all the time. And what's happened over the last year and a half, the realization that the Atlanta Community Food Bank is such a big part of that has started to hit all these folks in the congregation. And also Inspiritus, who the heck is Inspiritus, has been answered. And it's been answered beyond, well, that used to be the Lutheran Services of Georgia team. Inspiritus is gaining its own reputation and identity. And a big part of that is because we've got this amazing support from Lorraine Darrow, who has been my friend for many, many years and has put her heart in this effort to build these teams. So we did pretty good this year, and we love to share the results of what we've done, and they want to know what the big picture is. They want to know how many people have been helped, et cetera, et cetera. But for us, it's a matter of saying thank you to all of you who organized this event, and let's do it again.
Don, thanks, man. You're awesome. Keep it up. And we celebrate you. We celebrate these teams, these churches. And let's get on to talking about some of the big contributors this year and some of the fundraisers.
John,
yeah, Lorraine.
You forgot Birdie.
Birdie, you're in Carrollton, so you're a little outside the metro. You guys killed it. So tell me about the secret sauce that worked in Carrollton.
Okay, well, we're such a small congregation, we realized we had to get some of the community involved. So we
Nice.
took the trophy, put it in the outside in the yard, and we're across the street from Chick-fil-A. So we put a sign and said, we've raised the top dollars last year, please help us do it again. And we collected several days on the weekends or during the week, whenever people would go to Chick-fil-A around lunchtime. So that helped us out a lot. Plus, we have a standing thing at our church where anybody can give money to the Hunger Walk all year long. And every so often I put some money, little information in the newsletter saying, hey, start giving, because you can't wait till the last minute. We got to give it all along.
Bertie, you
Tammy.
win the award for most creative and most resourceful. That is amazing.
We got to swear Tammy to silence. She cannot tell these other groups about what y'all are doing out in Carrollton because we lose our
That was
edge.
a full-on partnership with Chick-fil-A, Bertie. Way to go.
Thank you.
So we've got a few folks that could not match Don the Man Larson, but they were pretty amazing. If you know these people, thank them, show the love. David Deeds, Maggie Delano, Michael Fry, Rachel Thornton, and Jeannie Wickard. These folks went well and above. They raised $1,000 or more, each of them individually. And then we've got other champions like Mary Armstrong Reiner, Barbara Arnn, Tina Blackney, Lorraine Denage, Stacy Fisher, Vanessa Crone, Myrna Lee, Wendy Rao, Herman Rao, Teresa Rogers, Chuck Storla, Heather Wallace, Becky White, and rounding it out with Ellen Yates. So congratulations to all of them. Don, they're nipping at your heels. You're going to have to bring it next year in order to keep it going. So we need a little trash talk from you next year, and then back it up with some action. So we've got 10 churches. We got the top 10 churches, and several of you are on the call. We got St. Luke coming in at number 10 of Atlanta, St. Luke Lutheran Church in Atlanta, $2,600. Then number 9, you got Lutheran Church of the Good Shepherd, Don Larson. Way to go, Lutheran Church of the Good Shepherd with $3,773. Hope you wrote that down, Don. $3,773. Then up in Marietta, you got Holy Trinity that you almost, man, you guys were just like outbid by them by like $75. They're at $3,850. Then you've got St. John's Lutheran Church of Atlanta, $4,300. Now that's pretty impressive. They're a smaller church as well. And then number 6, Wayne Rich Rivercliff at $5,540. Well done, guys. Impressive. Great work. Please, please, please take the numbers home. Make sure to celebrate with your teams. Then we've got Cross of Life Lutheran Church up in Roswell. So just to your north, Rich and Don. Is it Don or Ron? I can't see with these glasses on. Wayne. So then coming in at, let's see, number 4, Prince of Peace Lutheran Church in Johns Creek. And they have crossed the $10,000 mark at $11,291. So some woo for that. And then the top 3. All right, so the top 3, we got 2 of them on the call. Number 3, Lutheran Church of the Resurrection, $12,938.64. Rich, Wayne, your neighbors just to the north and west of you. So keep your eye on those guys and show them you guys mean business next year. And then we got the top 2. All right, Tammy, these 2 really killed it. And the last couple of years, this thing has come down to the wire. I mean, it has been a wire to wire finish. And I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. The top 2 Grace Lutheran Church of Carrollton and Trinity Lutheran Church in Lilburn. I mean, these two, I mean, they were duking it out. Bertie, I mean, and last year, Grace finally captured the trophy that Trinity had had for what, how many times, Lorraine? 15 years, maybe? Okay, so last year, Grace unseated Lilburn, but in 2021, the trophy returns to Trinity in Lilburn. $17,564. And Grace Lutheran Church in Carrollton, an honorable, incredible effort, $14,597 and 55 cents. Don't forget the 55 cents. So unbelievable. Between those two teams, we're talking $30,000. So Travis, congratulations. The trophy, I have to make a drive to Carrollton and get the cup, unfortunately, Bertie. And I've got to make a command appearance. I hope I get to come at Oktoberfest and deliver the trophy to Trinity Lilburn. Congratulations, Travis. I know you were worried. But you guys delivered, and thank you. God bless Grace, and God bless Trinity. God bless you guys out in Douglasville, Don. God bless Rivercliff. And we're just so fortunate that we have people in our lives who are generous. They care about their neighbors. At Inspiritus, our job is to accompany and to walk with people from surviving to thriving. And you've joined us in that. And our work can only go forth because of your support and your love and your response to the call of Christ on your life to give and to give generously. I'm just so proud that as a result of this partnership and the support that you guys have provided, Inspiritus has been able to stand there in the gap for families. We needed you, and you were there when we needed you. And I'm just so proud that during the last year, we were able to provide rent. We were able to pay people's rent, 1,700 families. We were able to pay at least 1 month's entire rent for them because of the support that you guys have provided. We were able to distribute about $1.5 million in rental assistance to families struggling during this pandemic. Right now, the work of Inspiritus is very much so on the front lines. It's in the nation's consciousness. As children cross the southern border and they're picked up by ICE, they're picked up by the Border Patrol, and they're put in detention centers. Inspiritus is connecting those children and working with the State Department to connect them with loving families here in Georgia and around the region and while they await their court hearings, so they don't have to sit in a cage or in a very austere kind of setting. They can be with family and loved ones. We're preparing to respond and welcome the most refugees we've ever welcomed. And that's exciting to know that work is going to resume in such an incredible way. And so, the work of what you've done is going to help us welcome refugees and make sure that pantries are stocked and that they have the items that they need to be successful in America and get that first job and the second job and the third job and buy a home and realize the American dream. So we're so excited. And the money is important, but the prayers, the evangelism that you go through to talk about Inspiritus, to talk about the Atlanta Community Food Bank in your community, it's wind in our sails. It gives us energy and strength for what we have to do. So God bless you. Thank you. And I cannot end without thanking Sarah Burke, she got the balloons hanging down. She's wearing the glasses. She's our party planner. We love her. And she was the communicator. She was the one who took care of you guys all along the way. And then we got to thank Lorraine DeRoe. Lorraine is our relationship with the Atlanta Community Food Bank. She's logistics. She is detail. These two were a team. I mean, that's part of the reason why we're at $92,000. So next year, it's time to catch the Jewish Federation, and Inspiritus is going to be number one. And so God bless you guys. Tammy, thanks. Sarah, thank you. Lorraine, God bless you all. What have I forgotten? What did we not do? What do we need to carry on? What inspirational message do we need to hear from anybody else? What questions are out there?
We do need to mention that Cross of Life raised $6,755. We got excited and skipped over that, and got that nudged. So
no small amount.
No small amount.
$6,755. Thank you, Lorraine. I
You're
can
welcome.
count on you to fill in the gaps for my overeager enthusiasm.
Yeah, hopefully,
the question
Lorraine,
came up.
hopefully, Lorraine, you can get back on the speaking tour next year, at the congregations. We missed you this year.
That was the most fun part of this job, and I missed that so much, not being able to get out and see everybody. So
It makes a difference.
Yeah.
well, we could not do this without all of you, and you make our job so easy because you do the heavy lifting at the congregations. This is truly a team effort, and we are so grateful for the support that you have given us throughout the years. And look forward to 2022 and see what surprises the food bank has in store for us next year.
Hey, John,
May.
if I can just say a word, I know I just can say thank you personally, because I'm going to see many of the people that are going to be serving you want. So on behalf of them, I want to say really thank you. We anticipate 1,000 refugees next year, so many unaccompanied minors, and they will be feeding them. That first meal in the U.S. and step in a gap while they're waiting for services. So thank you so much. We're really excited.
Yeah, I may thank you for helping remember. This is about human beings. It's about pain and suffering. It's about trauma. It's about heartache and people who've lived through so much. And as May said, just for them to walk into that apartment on day one and see food stacked on those shelves and a refrigerator stocked with items. I don't know, people say it's going to be okay. It is going to be okay. We are going to be okay.
Yeah, so thank you.
And John, I'd be remiss if I didn't use this opportunity to plug, though all of those refugees are going to need someone to love on them and come alongside them and help them learn about American culture. So if you have people in your congregation that have volunteered before or haven't volunteered before and are interested in volunteering, we're going to have people this year. We're going to be able to volunteer in person, and we're going to have a lot of families that need congregations and need community groups to come alongside them and help them adapt to American culture, because that learning curve is really steep. So if you have anyone that wants to volunteer, I'm the person that they can reach out to. My email address is sarah.burke@weinspirit.org. Lorraine knows how to find me, Sarah with an H. But you can always get me through Lorraine as well. So if that's more familiar to you, if you say, hey, what was her email address again? She can get it to you. But we would love to have, we're going to need a lot of volunteers in this coming year.
So you knew this program by a former name called Circle of Welcome. That program does not, it went away, but it is
in a formal
returning
capacity. We reevaluated all the things we loved about Circle of Welcome and all the things we didn't love about Circle of Welcome, and we kept the things we loved, and we had permission to get rid of the things we didn't love, like an online platform. We don't have to engage with that anymore. You can just text me or email me or write your hours down on a piece of paper and mail them to me if you want. We no longer have to. That's just an example, one of the examples of the things that we took the feedback from the people who had engaged in Circle of Welcome, said what was hard for you, what was challenging, what obstacles prevented you from engaging, and we got rid of those things. So now it's focused on the relationships, on the people, and then I'm here to support people along the way.
All right, so party is over. Keep the party going in your church though. Let them know how much we love them. We would be happy to come in person and celebrate. We'd be happy to come virtually and celebrate. Bring us via Zoom. We'll show up gladly and be there in person. And just be in touch. And I guess that's it, right? It's good to see your smiling faces. Travis, again, congratulations to Trinity. Can't wait to see you. Birdie, hang your head high. Grace, man, $14,000, head and shoulders above everybody else, with the exception of Trinity. And I think actually last year you just made them mad by winning first place. And so they went and pulled every trick out of their hat, and they somehow found a way to beat Grace. But we love all of you. Anything else for the sake of our time together?
Thank you, John, for being our host today.
Well, like I told Lorraine and Sarah, it's my favorite and spirited day of the year. Outside of the actual Hunger Walk itself, this is the most fun. All right, well, we will see you all on the other side somewhere fun.
Thank you
hopefully.
Thank you.
Have a great time, Tammy. Thank you.
Yeah,
And
Bye-bye.
we'll be in touch.